G'day, hi, and welcome. Alright, what you're looking at here is old dead car review. In this case, a truck. Actually still runs, but it's completely done, body-wise and everything like that. But what we got here is an old F-150. I think this is a 1993. It fell apart. How did that happen? Driving one of these big beasts is quite manly experience for both men and women. Oh my god, that's hot in here. It's 35 degrees out right now. In Canadian terms, that's like 35 Celsius. I think it works out to like 40 billion gazillion US or whatever. I don't know. Fahrenheit. But anyway, it's 35 degrees out, and figured I'd just do some car reviews while hopefully it stays in the shade. So. But anyway, yeah, so a big F-150 like this, a big V8, 4x4, pretty cool truck to drive if you can find them. And you can find them cheap now because of the fuel prices, right? So everybody's pretty much, you know, tapped out when it comes to the fuel prices. But to run a truck like this is like, you know, 120 bucks to fill the tank. That's probably when we parked it a couple of years ago, but it still runs. This is the XLT model, V8 Trinitron. It is an automatic. It's not the standard 8-foot box or 7.5 or whatever. Yeah, I think that's a full 8-footer, and yeah, lots of torque, lots of power. Pretty cool thing. I don't have a lot of specs for you, horsepower and stuff like that. I can't believe it's 35 degrees and there's still flies out here. That's unbelievable. Looks like the tailgate's falling off. It's just sitting there rusting away. But this thing's got, I think, it's had 2 accidents. It had the full, my dad got into a bad accident with this. A guy was coming down a hill, and as he was coming down like this, he hit like ice, and he went right quarter panel to quarter panel, put my dad up on the railing, took the front panel off, wrecked the box, I think it took the front wheel off and everything like that. I think it was something like 12,000 in damage, and the insurance covered it. But yeah, thank God everybody was all right. The other guy too. Mileage. Oh, this is digital, so there's no battery in it right now. But comfort-wise, yeah, there's actually quite a bit of room for passengers back here. The problem with these trucks is they get like about 12 miles to the gallon. So horsepower and all that stuff, I mean, you could pull a freight train with them. You've got high range, low range. Now, 4-wheel drive, low is like kind of like creeping up a hill or something like that in winter. You really don't drive in the low range. If you do 4x4 high range, yeah, it's still, you know, you want to limit it to about probably 70. I'm sure there's guys out there that'll have these trucks. They do 140 everywhere where they go. They are powerful trucks. They do come off the line pretty fast. I don't know what the 0 to 60 times are for these, but you can. I see some guys, they sport them up a bit. You got your usual controls here. You know, that's your light, tilt steering. It's a nice wheel on it. It's kind of a small. It feels like the wheel on this should be bigger. But it's a nice wheel. You got your levers there. I don't know what my dad was getting at there, maybe a fuse box or whatever. But this truck is pretty much done. There's well over like 200,000, whatever. When he parked it, yeah. When he parked it, there was a valve was bent or missing or whatever. And, well, the rust is what takes these things off the road, right? So he ended up getting the other truck. It was just, it needed this, it needed that. The wheel bearings are gone. Inside the doors is not too bad there, but the bottom of the doors are pretty much, yeah, they're pretty much toasted there. You can see, you can see right there. But, yeah, if you needed a work truck, these are definitely good work trucks. This is a 2003, not 93. This is a 2003, and yeah, There's a few different versions of this truck, obviously. It's the most numerous pickup truck in the world of any one brand is a Ford. Between the Ford Ranger and the F-150s, it's the most popular. The F-150 is a big engine. Everybody now's got the 2500s and the 350s and all these Super Duty stuff, and they don't use them. That was one of the biggest complaints I had with this. I'll give you an idea. Okay. This little truck over here, which I'm gonna do a review on this little truck. Why not? It's kind of fun, right? That truck there, okay? I want you to imagine about a foot higher on the back box with wet gravels and stone, with basically sitting like it is now. Right now, it's sunk into the ground, but with the suspension almost completely compressed for driving about 30 miles with that much. Probably about 4 tons of gravel, I swear to God, in the back box. And this truck, we put stones in it, we put, you name it. This is the second box on this truck for sure. This is an 87, but this truck worked really hard, really hard. It's on its third motor. The heaviest thing I've ever seen go back in that truck was probably my motorbikes, some of my older motorbikes. So... yeah, all that truck, but it's kind of one of those things. You need it. We pulled a lot of stuff with it. We pulled last time we had it out, we pulled that camper there probably about 100 miles in the bush going moose hunting. So it's a good truck. I would recommend them if you could afford to run them. The insurance on them is probably not so bad, but up here in Canada anyway. But you're looking at a rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. Too bad all that rust, eh? All that rust. Not worth putting money into. Like, it's once you get to this point, like you're going to be going through that. I think the frame's bent. Maybe not yet. I thought at one spot, but I mean it's done. Like, you can't even restore this if you wanted to. But that's the F-150 again. I don't have any. I guess I could try to show you the engine if I can get in there. I don't know where the engine, where did it go? Where did it go? I got the brake, emergency brake pedal, but I don't know where the engine, the hood releases. It was in there somewhere. Somebody stole it. Alright, anyway, that's the F-150. So that's what a dead F-150 truck looks like. Mind you, it did get a fair shake. Yeah, so I don't know where I can't get a hold of the hood release, but yeah, that's the old F-150. There you go. Junkyard special.